Have you ever had that feeling you've got the skills, you know what to do, but the second the pressure hits, it all just disappears? Well, today we're going to explore a timeless strategy for that exact problem, and it comes from the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi. In this explainer, we're unlocking the secrets of the water scroll from his Book of Five Rings to help you find a calm mind and a steady presence, no matter what you're facing.
So let's start with something I think we've all felt. Let's talk about the pressure paradox. You know the feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You've practiced, you're totally prepared, you know exactly what you need to do, but when the stakes get high, it's like everything just falls apart. So the big question is, why do our best skills desert us right when we need them the most?
Well, it turns out the answer isn't that you lack skill. It's all about our own psychology. When stress spikes, our focus just narrows into this kind of tunnel vision. We get tense, our thinking gets rigid, and we lose that fluid control that's so key to performing at our best. Now, this isn't some personal failing, it's just a human response. But here's the thing, what if there was a way to actually master it?
Believe it or not, centuries ago, the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi offered a solution. He called it the way of water, a philosophy that gives us a timeless answer to this very, very modern problem. The core idea is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Just think about water. It's the perfect example of flexibility, right? It adapts to the shape of any container, but it also has the power to wear away stone over time. Musashi teaches that our mind should be just like that, fluid, adaptable, and calm, able to handle any situation with grace and real effectiveness. And this, right here, is probably Musashi's most powerful idea. He says your state of mind during a crisis should be the exact same as your state of mind in normal, everyday life. Just think about that for a second. It should be open, direct, and balanced. Not too tense, but not too relaxed either. It's all about keeping your core composure, your normal self, no matter what's going on around you.
Okay, so a mind like water sounds great, but how do we actually do that? Well, we can break Musashi's teachings down into three practical pillars that really support the state of composure. First up, we have the foundation for everything else, cultivating a calm mind. This is all about mastering your internal state before you even try to master anything happening on the outside. The crucial idea here is what Musashi calls the normal mind. Now, this doesn't mean having a totally empty mind, but having a clear one. It's about being able to notice stress or fear without getting all tangled up in it. This clear, direct mindset lets you see what's really happening and act with purpose without all that static from anxiety getting in the way. All right, let's move on to the second pillar, which builds right on top of the first, the steady bearing. See, Musashi understood something that modern science is just now confirming. Our physical body has a direct, powerful influence on our mental state. And his instructions on this are incredibly specific. He says to hold your head erect, not tilted to the side, let your shoulders drop, keep your spine straight, and keep your expression calm. And what's so fascinating is that modern science totally backs this up. An upright, open posture can literally change your body's chemistry, lowering stress hormones and boosting confidence. So your physical bearing isn't just for looks, it's a real tool for calming your mind. And this brings us to the third and final pillar, which is all about where you put your attention, wide awareness. The goal here is pretty simple. See everything, but fixate on nothing. Musashi makes a really important distinction here between sight and perception. Sight is just what your eyes see. Perception is what your mind understands. Under pressure, our sight tends to narrow and fixate on one thing, like the angry face in a meeting or the one typo on a page, and we completely lose the bigger picture. That's tunnel vision. Wide awareness is the cure. It's about pulling back to see the whole field, to understand the flow of events. This is what stops you from overreacting to tiny details and making big mistakes. So we've got these three pillars, a calm mind, a steady bearing, and wide awareness. But how does this ancient wisdom actually work in our modern lives? From the office to our relationships? Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you're in a tense meeting at work. Instead of getting defensive, you could adopt a calm bearing and use that wide awareness to see what people really mean beyond just their words. Or think about a difficult conversation with someone you care about. You can try to stay fluid, adapting to the emotional rhythm instead of getting stuck on one single point of disagreement. And even when you're trying to change a bad habit, a composed mind lets you just observe the urge without having to act on it. You can see the trigger, but you're no longer its slave.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but the real key is practice. So I want to give you a simple, actionable technique you can use anytime, anywhere to find your composure. Let's call it the water reset.
It's just 3 simple steps, and you can even do it right now as you're listening. First, just pause. Take 1 deep, conscious breath in and out. Second, set your bearing. Sit or stand up straight. Let your shoulders drop. And third, widen your gaze. Soften your focus and just become aware of the space in your peripheral vision to your sides. This simple little sequence brings together all 3 pillars and can totally reset your state of mind in under a minute.
So you see, the path forward isn't about trying to eliminate pressure from your life. That's impossible. It's about changing your relationship to it, using these timeless principles to stay fluid, calm, and effective. So just remember, composure isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you build. And it rests on these 3 pillars. Cultivate that calm, normal mind. Maintain a steady, upright bearing. And practice that wide awareness so you never get stuck on one thing. If you stay fluid, you'll stay ready. When you practice these principles, you start to learn how to move through challenges not by forcing your way, but by flowing. If this sparked something for you, our journey continues in the next explainer, where we'll dive into the fire scroll to talk about strategy and timing. The link to that and the full series is waiting for you. And the question I want to leave you with is this: where in your life could a little more fluidity change everything? Thanks for watching.